that just collected dirt and dust, and I couldn't even keep my stuff in it, my linens or nothing. Well, Mary's son that had one, and his wife divorced him and took it and took everything he owned, and he's living up here with Mary. And he's made me the most beautiful cabinet with shelves on top to put my books and everything, all my display of junk, and a big bottom with 2 doors on it. And I let him have that pie safe for this.
Yeah.
And the shit hit the fan when I told her. We could have got $1,000 for that. I said, well, as long as we've lived here and Mary and Robbie helped us, and this, her son now, been married 4 times and got wiped out 4 times. Mary said, everything he ever owned. I said, he come the other day and bush hogged this whole place. Everything that they even think that we have wanted here, Robbie and Mary did it.
Yeah.
And I thought he deserved that in Mary's house.
Yeah.
What you think?
Well, if she's saying $1,000, how much have they done for you? Would it total up $1,000?
More than that.
Well,
but what difference is money anyway?
It's not.
It's because
they've been there when you needed them.
All the time since the day we moved here that Robbie come down helping us, bringing us, they had gardens. They brought us stuff out of the gardens all the time. He's Tommy's best friend. I don't look at money.
No.
If I can make somebody happy and give somebody something that will be, and Mary come, and I can't hardly walk. She took everything out of that living room that had sat there for years and collected dirt and dust and turned yellow. She took it and put it all in her dishwasher and washed it and brought it all back. And they just the most helpful, wonderful for the whole community.
Yeah. Well, I
can't sit up and grieve about it, but it made me sick when she bawled me out and told me I was just thinking about not even going back to Dallas.
Well,
But I got to go.
Don't worry about it.
And outside of that, it's just same old shit. I wish I could call Dr. the Kevorkian.
No.
I thought about that this morning. So yesterday evening, here comes Sister Mary tearing up here with me the best supper. Peas, okra, sweet tater pie. I don't know, about 4 or 5 different things, cornbread and everything for my supper. Just such as that.
Yeah, well, you did the right thing. So
I thank you, dear, because I wanted your opinion.
Yeah, what they do for you is worth more, 2 or 3 pesos.
Worth more than any piece of wood.
Yeah, that's right.
That's 200 years old, and I couldn't even put my stuff in there. It was so dirty and dusty, and clean it out all the time, and that didn't help. But I got a clean bill now with everything washed. I didn't even recognize some of it. And Mama's old picture sitting up on top of that thing. They're the outworkingest people I've ever run into. Now, her daughter now is that home health care woman that come by. I told you I was getting the home health care.
Yeah, last time I talked to you.
Well, the nail. They's raised in the cotton fields, and every one of them has her children. Well, one of her daughters is working at Baylor. They just, after she raised her 5 children with her husband being drunk all the years, they've educated themselves on nothing. They're just the hardest driving people I've ever seen. So she came by and checked me all over, and then she'll have a nurse to come by weekly, I guess. But I don't know what they can do because they can't give me shots, I don't guess, like that cortisone.
I don't know. A
Just
doctor.
doctor.
You have to order it.
Yeah. Well, And that's about all I know. And there's a vet down the road at Hall Summit, and he came. I had him to come by yesterday and check Lacey over and give her shots she needed for the year and heartworm pills. And that's well more than taking her to Mendon and having to stay half a day.
Yeah.
So that's about all that's happened here, other than I'm sitting here mad at myself for
Why?
letting other people take care of my business.
Well.
And Dinah don't wanted the pie safe, so that's somebody I got rid of. I wanted somebody to have it that needed it. And that boy has lost everything he's had over and over with his wives, and he's one of the sweetest boys you ever saw. 42 years old.
Well.
And his brother lives in Austin, is a musician, Jerry Giddings.
Well.
And I wouldn't doubt but what Mike might not know him or something.
I don't know. There's so many in Austin.
I know it.
Just like up here.
Yeah.
Well, don't.
What's Mark and you doing?
He's asleep.
Well, that's good.
I'm trying to recuperate from our last weekend.
Every think about that, I like.
It was awful.
I would bet y'all was scared to death.
I had the camcorder filming when we turned over because I was in the front of the canoe, and I guess it quit running when I hit the water, but I grabbed hold of a tree and clung to it, and Mark swam after the canoe and the rest of our stuff.
No.
But anyway, the camcorder's in the shop, and we finally got the film out, and we're anxious to see the film when we ever get the camera back.
Well, I'll tell you, I didn't know it was that bad.
We were in a current when it run us into a tree sticking out in the water.
No.
And instead, I should have been rowing and instead of filming, and maybe we would have avoided the tree. But that's what turned us over.
Well, if you was in a current, that's unexpected to get.
So I was clinging.
Fast.
I had bruises all on my arm where I was clinging to that tree and trying to hold that camera up out of the water. And it was just something else.
Well, you're lucky. I mean, that's what I told you. I pray for y'all every day.
But we have laughed about it after we found out we was all right.
Well, you're lucky. There's been a lot of people drowning and things like that right around here.
Yeah.
Where was that?
On Harpeth River.
Well, I don't know much about all that.
It's not very deep, but we just were inexperienced, I guess.
But what about that hurricane that wiped out all that? We've been more than blessed.
Yeah. Well, I guess Bibi will call sometime this morning before they head out again.
Yeah, I doubt if ever she can come alive. She's not well at all. But she went to the doctor, she thought she was taking diabetes, and all that was clear, and said she hadn't had, she's so happy about not having it because she's losing weight without she needed to.
Yeah.
So she said she was going to call you, and they were going to visit you.
Yeah, I'll look for them to come next weekend if they're on their way to...
Sometime when they're coming.
Yeah.
But, babe, take care.
Oh,
you still got your bruises?
Well, my arm is about to go away, but I got a huge one on my right hip where I fell again on down the way.
Well, you're doing just what I always did now, getting ready for old age, and you're going to be crippled, too.
Yeah, Mark wasn't sore but one day, but it took me about 4 days to...
But look how much younger.
Yeah, I told him he had a younger body.
Oh, yeah, and active, more active.
Yeah. I took a bunch of ibuprofen, and it helped me.
That's what I'm taking. I couldn't afford that other high priority. That Voltaren.
I hear your bird.
Every time James comes out of his room, they both start hollering.
Are they in separate cages, too?
Yeah. I put them together, but the boy don't like it, and the girl don't like him in the big one, but he's got to get used to it because that woman wants that cage back sometime. Said in case she ever got another bird.
Yeah. Well.
And Savannah called me, I think yesterday. Everybody's doing good.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
So.
We're more than lucky and blessed.
Yeah. Well, don't worry about the pie safe.
Child, I can't. It just made me sick thinking about it, and I said, well, that's my business.
Yeah.
But I got something a lot prettier and better to put my stuff in. And Mary helping me, and that boy coming, and they're just the best we ever had.
Well.
Trying to take care of the neighbors. And they're the backbone of the church down here, Mary's whole family. Her husband died just before Tommy did.
Well, if you felt good giving it to them, then...
They're the most beautiful people I've ever associated with.
Well, you did the right thing then.
Yeah, well, thank you, dear. I feel 100% better with your opinion.
It's just...
Wait till Sister hears it. I'm sure Kathleen's called her and told her.
Oh, I don't know.
But I don't know what it would be.
No, that was yours, and you did what you wanted to with it, so...
The only thing is Ned, when I went to that old man's house, Ned paid him $20 for it and hauled it here. And when I told him that I was letting Mary's boy have it for all that they've done, Dinah got mad. She wanted it. And she's the sorriest piece of humanity I ever...
Well, I was going to say...
I have ever dealt with, because when they first married, Ned come here with tears in his eyes and wanted me to go and see if I could tend to their clothes.
I know.
Find something to wear. That's in that little old trailer. And she had come in from work after I'd spent the day there cleaning it up and folding clothes and taking care of the baby. Not even speak.
No.
And then I spent the years here after he built this house, cleaning her house, and never got a thank you, so to hell with people.
Right.
And her mama's so racist, I can't stand her.
No, you did the right thing. They can just get mad about it.
The only thing is I feel sorry for Ned. He's such a good boy and helped me all through the years.
Well.
But outside of that, they can go to hell.
That's right.
And that's how I feel if they say anything about it. But she won't. She come up the other evening looking like a mad bull, sat on the porch, bringing her children and tear up the house.
I wouldn't worry about Dinah.
I can't. I don't care. 'Cause she ain't...
You did $1,000 worth of work in her house.
Huh?
I said, you did $1,000 worth of work for her in her house.
More than that.
And she still wanted the pie safe, so she didn't deserve it.
Didn't deserve nothing.
Because no.
Nothing. And it was just Ned is the only one that I'm concerned in that whole family. He's the only one that's got any sense, even Peggy and Jay.
So you did the right thing, and don't
thank you, dear.
Just bawl them out right back.
They won't say nothing to me because I don't care. I let them know that was my business.
That's right.
Well, James just passed through going to the store. I don't know if he was off yesterday. But that's all I know.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll go. I just wait for Bibi to call, and if she does.
And that may be at afternoon.
Well, I didn't know if they were
going. Where are they staying?
I guess at Jerry's. She called here one night, and I'd just gone to bed and was asleep. And Mark talked to her, and she said they were going to spend the night with Jerry.
Well, that's where they are.
And go on to his chalet. It's where they're going in Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that is wonderful. You know, she went to Washington State with him years ago and to write a book. I don't know if that's the same book he's making.
No, it's a different one.
Well, I'm thankful that she can get out and get away for a while.
Yeah.
And see country.
Yeah. Well, don't worry about things and.
But child, I can't
Mm-mm.
afford to. My mind's not that good no more.
Well, and
All I can do is take care of me and mine, and that's it.
we're looking forward to Thanksgiving
I
still.
am. That's all I got to look forward to. And we love y'all.
And we love you.
I'll let you hear if there's any change.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.